Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a new announcement that Binance made today about listing the Benqi or the Key token, right? The announcement reads as follows. Binance will list Benqi and will open trading for Key BTC, Key BNB, Key BUSD and Key USDT trading pairs on 15th of November, 8 a.m. UTC. So, what is Benqi? Benqi is a lending and borrowing protocol built on Avalanche. Key is the governance token of the protocol, which enables users to participate in network governance, earning rewards for providing liquidity and staking. So again, just like several other like lending and borrowing platforms, Benqi is just another kind of like lending and borrowing platform that's built on the Avalanche blockchain. And it's also nice to see Binance actually listing a lot of Avalanche-based projects, which means that you can basically withdraw these tokens from Binance directly through your Avalanche chain on MetaMask, right? So if you want to participate in DeFi, you can basically buy it from Binance and move it to your MetaMask account on Avalanche directly. So it's good to see that. And when it comes to Benqi itself, it's a lending and borrowing protocol with its own token called the Key token. And this is just like any other platform, a governance token for this particular platform. And it enables users to participate in network governance as well as earning rewards for providing liquidity and for staking purposes, right? So these are some of the main kind of like benefits of the Key token itself. And Benqi, again, as we know, is a lending and borrowing protocol. So now, as always, let's go to the Binance research page for this token. Again, right off the bat, this token has a very good motto. It says a decentralized non-custodial liquidity market protocol on Avalanche. So this is the main kind of like summary of this platform. So again, Benqi is a decentralized non-custodial liquidity market protocol on Avalanche. It scales DeFi with a suite of yield-generating products. The platform offers a lending and borrowing market with liquid staking in development. Users are able to borrow and lend tokens, participate in network governance and staking. So again, as we saw before, since this project is a kind of like a lending and borrowing platform on Avalanche, it also helps to scale the DeFi platform. Scale DeFi in general with a suite of yield generating products. So the main focus of Benqi is to provide its users with a suite of yield generating products, and some of the features include lending and borrowing along with liquid staking, which is in the development stage. So as of now, the liquid staking is not yet available, but it is something that they're developing right now. Users are able to borrow and lend tokens, participate in network governance and staking. And these are certain things that we already reviewed before. So Key is Benqi's native token with the following functions. Again, we kind of briefly touched upon the functionalities of the Key token, but let's dive deep into some of the unique details of what this token is being used for within the platform. So the first use case is governance. Key token holders will be able to participate in the governance of the protocol. Through governance, users have the ability to influence aspects of subsequent products and primitives to be launched under Benqi. So again, just like any other platform, this platform also has its own governance token called the Key token, and people who hold the Key token can basically govern the future of the protocol itself, and they also have a say on what other products need to be built on the Benqi platform, and will have a say in that as well, right? So that's been one of the main use case of the Key token. The second main use case is liquidity mining. Users can stake in liquidity pools on DEXs, i.e. Pangolin, or in the Key token pool within the Benqi protocol. In return for providing liquidity, users are rewarded with Key and other tokens. Again, the second main use case, again, just like any other platform, is liquidity mining. So you can basically stake in liquidity pools on DEXs such as Pangolin, which is the leading DEX on Avalanche, or in the key token pool within the Benqi protocol. So you can stake your liquidity provision tokens for any of the tokens, any of the pools that you stake in Pangolin, or if you have key tokens that you already own, you can pool it with other tokens in the Benqi protocol itself, and the liquidity provision token that you get, you need to stake it in the Benqi protocol in order to earn new key tokens, right? So that's basically how many platforms work, including Benqi itself. So the third main use case of the key token is staking. Users will be able to stake key in a safety module and get a portion of protocol reserves for securing the protocol against a shortfall event. Again, this is something that's a little bit unique from several other platforms. The main premise is that if you have your key tokens, you can stake it on their safety module, which is basically their staking platform, and get a portion of protocol reserves for securing the protocol against shortfall events. So by staking the protocol, by staking on the protocol, you're basically securing the protocol against shortfall events, and therefore you'll be rewarded accordingly, right? So these are some of the main three use cases of the key token. So Benqi consists of the following major components working in conjunction. So again, just like any DeFi protocol, this protocol also has its own components which perform different functions. So let's look at some of the major components and what are its functions, right? So the main flagship component of this particular platform is lending and borrowing market, right? So enables users to lend, borrow and earn interest with their digital assets. Depositors providing liquidity to the protocol may earn passive income, while borrowers are able to borrow loans by over collateralizing supported assets on a protocol. So again, this is similar to Aave, Compound Finance and several other lending and borrowing market that we've seen so far. Again, for lending, you basically lend out your cryptocurrencies based on the list that they have, and earn interest for lending, right? So that's how you earn money. When it comes to borrowing, you first deposit a cryptocurrency and then you borrow based on your collateralization ratio. So you need to over collateralize, again, similar to several platforms that we've covered in our channel, and this is also something that Benqi does as well, right? So that's one of the major components of the Benqi protocol. The second main component is liquid staking. Users will be able to stake their AVAX token on the EVM compatible Avalanche C chain. The protocol also tokenizes staked assets, which enables composability for the staked asset and provides users further opportunity for unlocking of capital to utilize within the DeFi space. So again, when it comes to liquid staking, if you have the main token Avalanche token or the AVAX token, you can stake it in the Avalanche C chain, right? So you can basically stake it on the C chain, which is the main EVM compatible chain on Avalanche. And what Benqi does is it allows you to tap into the staked AVAX by providing you with a tokenized asset which represents your stake, or which represents your staked Avalanche, right? Avalanche token. So when you get this token is fully liquid, which means you can basically use it for participating in other DeFi applications or borrowing and lending or anything that you want to do within the Benqi protocol and earn additional rewards for that, right? So when you're staking the AVAX tokens, you basically get staking rewards, but if you are just staking your AVAX tokens, you only earn one form of income, right? But by using liquid staking through Benqi, any of your staked tokens can be liquid. You can basically get a kind of like a tokenized staked asset for staking your AVAX tokens, and thereby use the staked liquidity asset to use for any other DeFi applications and earn additional rewards on top of your staking rewards, right? So these are some of the main two components of this platform. The project has raised a total of $9.93 million from 4 rounds of token sales, where 5.93%, 12.07%, 6.10% and 0.0% of the key token supply were sold at again $0.003, $0.0055, and $0.0075, and finally $0.009 US dollars per key respectively. So again, these are some of the token sales and the token sold sale price along with the percentage of the token supply that was sold respectively. So as you can clearly see, the token was trading less than 1 cent per token. The token was sold at less than 1 cent per token. But again, once the token gets launched in Benqi, on Binance, I think this token will trade significantly highly, and that will give some really good returns, right? So we'll cover about the price potential and other information shortly. So as of November 15, 2021, the total and maximum token supply of Benqi, or the key token, is 7.2 billion tokens, and the circulating supply upon listing will be 832.4 million tokens. Again, this is about 11.56% of the total token supply, right? So there's a lot of issues that I already have with this token, which I think I'll communicate by the end of this video. But as you can see, the token has an enormous supply. 7.2 billion tokens is a huge number, and that's something that will definitely affect the price of this token in the long term. And again, if you see, just 11.56% of the total token supply is in circulation, which is also a big minus in my personal opinion, because this token will get diluted soon, and that will definitely slump the price of this token pretty soon, right? But I still feel like this token has a good short-term potential, and therefore I'll present my price prediction after I cover some of the important stuff about this token. So moving on to the metrics of this token, you can clearly see that this token is only available on the C chain of Avalanche, which means it's only a part of the Avalanche ecosystem and not a part of multiple other chains, which is also kind of like a bad thing in my personal opinion. And if you see, about 11.56% of the total token supply will be initially circulated upon listing on Binance. And 7.2 billion tokens are the total supply and maximum supply. About 22 million tokens are allocated for Binance launch pool. So again, by the way, if you want to earn this token passively, you can stake BNB tokens on Binance's page to earn a small portion of the 22 million key tokens that's been allocated, right? Which means you can earn this token passively while also trading it on Binance, right? So that's something that you can kind of like look into. But the Binance launch pool start date is going to be from 16th of November, right? So apart from that, there's a lot of information on Binance research page which you can easily like access in order to understand this project more and to do your own research before you put your money on this token. But let's cover some of the important token distribution and the vesting schedule for this token, right? So out of the total token supply, about 5.93% of the tokens are allocated for seed sale, 12.07% for private sale, 6.10% for public sale A, or 0.90% for public sale B, 45% for liquidity mining, 5% for exchange liquidity, and again 15% for foundation and 10% for the team members, right? So it is quite equitably distributed, along with the fact that majority of the token supply going to the public liquidity mining incentives, right? So that seems to be good so far. But when it comes to the release schedule, token release schedule, especially for the team members, as you see, the token has a pretty like linear kind of like token release schedule, because if you see, when it comes to the team initially gets 0% as well as the foundation as well, but slowly as the time passes, after June 2022, it seems like the foundation will get 2.81%, and then in October 2022 the foundation gets 3.75%, where the team gets 2.5%, and then it kind of gradually increases over the course of over a year or more, and then after 2027 the token distribution kind of plateaus and reaches a flat line of a maximum of 15% for the foundation and 10% for the team as of December 2027. So again, even though the tokenomics of this token seem to be very poor, I do believe that this token has some really good equitable token distribution between the team and the foundation, right? So I think in that regard, there is really nothing wrong with this token. So now that we covered this one, there's a lot of other information on Binance research page which you guys can look into, along with some of the other information that will help you understand their project better, which also includes their social media information such as their Telegram, English and Chinese, Twitter, Discord information, as well as their Medium page as well, right? So now that we quickly covered the overview of this project and what it does along with the tokens utility, let's go to the website, which is benqi.fi, which is benqi.fi, to learn more about this project. So right off the bat, they have a pretty cool dark themed website which I really like. And if you see, the liquidity unlocked is 3.2 billion dollars worth of liquidity is unlocked. Supply, borrow and earn, all on Avalanche's non-custodial lending and borrowing protocol. You can click launch app to start earning interest right away. And they have AVAX token, which provides you with a supply APY of 12.78, wrapped Bitcoin on Avalanche, which provides you 6.08% APY. Ethereum, wrapped Ethereum provides 2.51%, Link provides 6.43%, and so on and so forth. You have a lot of tokens, along with the key token, which itself provides 132.41% supply APY if you want to earn interest by supplying this token, right? So as you can see, all of these are Avalanche based tokens, so please be very careful when you're using Avalanche. Make sure that you use the right token type and bridge the token accordingly to the right chain, right? So that's basically some of the overview of the products that they launch for lending and borrowing. So when it comes to audits and security measures, it seems like they have performed multiple audits. They've also done market risk assessment, bug bounty programs, and a regular security audit as well, which is from Halborn, Gauntlet and Immunify. So apart from Immunify, I haven't really heard about the other two names, which is also a little bit concerning because they don't really have any reputed names auditing them, right? But when it comes to strategic investors, they have investments from several venture capitalists, including Arrington XRP Capital, which is a noteworthy venture capitalist. Spartan. We also have Avalanche itself investing in this project. GBUE, Genblock, Rarestone Capital are also other kind of like venture capitalists who also invest in this project, right? So not a lot of notable names apart from Arrington XRP Capital and Spartan, as well as Avalanche themselves. But again, if you scroll below, you can clearly see some of their social media information as well as other information as well, right? So overall, a pretty straightforward website. There's no real unique value proposition for this project because it is only offering the same platform, the same kind of like DeFi projects that is being offered on other protocols, right? So you can pretty much do your own research to see if this platform is worth your time. But when it comes to the coin market cap page itself, this token is currently ranked 563rd by market cap on coin market cap, and it's currently trading at 20.6 cents at the time of making this video. So if you recollect, this token was actually sold for less than 1 cent per token, but now it's kind of trading at 20 cents per token. So it's obviously done at least a 20x in many cases, which is a really good gain. And at the same time, once Binance lists this token tomorrow, this token will have a serious upside potential, maybe even making new all-time highs as well, right? But if you see at the time of making this video, this token has already pumped to about 18.36% in the past 24 hours. This is obviously because of the Binance announcement, and the market cap, despite all this, is still $67.088 million in market cap. So again, this is less than $100 million in market cap, which means it's kind of like a low cap token. I wouldn't really consider this as a low market cap gem because I personally have seen a lot of other projects which does the exact same thing. I think this is just a clone of Avalanche or Compound Finance, and it's just the fact that this is on just Avalanche blockchain is also not really that impressive because there's a lot of other projects that are in multiple chains, right? So with that note, I would probably say that this is still a low market cap token which can either shrink in value or go up in value and then shrink again. I don't really personally feel like the market cap will go above $150 million in market cap, but that's something that is that should be waited to see, right? So when it comes to the max supply, I've already expressed my concerns that this token has a ridiculous number of tokens as max supply. 7.2 billion tokens is a lot of tokens. I'm not really a big fan of this particular token's tokenomics, along with the circulating supply, which again, on CoinMarketCap it says only 5% of the tokens is in circulation, but in Binance research we've seen about 11 to 12% of the tokens are in circulation. Both the numbers seem to be pretty bad. I would expect at least a 20% of the tokens to be in circulation, but it seems like this token has a lot less tokens in circulation and a lot more tokens that will be pumped and injected into the market, which will definitely slump the price of this token to the mid to long term session, right? So I think that's one of the biggest negatives of this project, which definitely bothers me because there's no scarcity built into the system, right? When it comes to the markets itself, the charts itself, you can clearly see that the token was initially worth literally nothing, and then once the token got launched mid of August this year, the token made its all-time highs of about 38 cents per token, which is a really good gain for people who got into the public sale. But immediately after that, it literally crashed down, reaching a price of 19 cents per token, went up a bit to 30 cents per token, and then crashed back down again, being at a low price point of 10 cents per token as of early September this year. And then it tried to make a small peak upwards, reaching about 20 to 21 cents per token before going back down, touching its relative all-time lows of about 9 cents per token on 30th of September. And then it was pretty volatile, moving sideways as predicted, because probably the new tokens that are being issued to the community due to liquidity mining and staking incentives are probably being dumped into the market, which is one of the reasons why this token is moving sideways. But this token recovered early this month, and then it went from 12 cents to relative highs of about 17 to 18 cents per token. And then with the Binance listing announcement, this token went from 16 cents to a new kind of relative all-time highs, not a new all-time high, but relative all-time highs of about 26 cents per token. And now it's kind of like slowly moving sideways and cooling down, right? I think with the Binance listing tomorrow, I think this token will probably retest the 25 cents mark, and then it will start dumping slowly or even moving sideways, right? I would personally not invest in this token at all, but if you want to invest in this token, I would probably suggest you to get this token below the 15 cents mark, because that's probably the lowest point that this token will go before shooting back to the sideways, right? Not really shooting, like moving to the sideways motion, because this token will definitely not necessarily sustain its high growth potential for the long term because of its extremely poor tokenomics and lack of scarcity, right? But that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the Bitcoin comparative, you can clearly see that this token has an exact carbon copy pattern on the Bitcoin comparative as like dollar comparative as well. The token was worth literally less than 1 satoshis per token, but initially after launch, the token reached a new all-time highs of about 80 satoshis per token before crashing back down to a relative lows of about 30 satoshis per token, and then it peaked up and down, was moving very volatile, but it reached an all-time low point of about 1700 satoshis per token before moving sideways. Again, it is pretty much like moving sideways for quite some time until the Binance listing announcement, which pushed the token price to about 3,800 satoshis, and then now it's kind of like moving in the 3,200 satoshi mark. I'd probably suggest you to not use your Bitcoin to buy this token, because this token is literally like a token that literally doesn't have a lot of unique use cases. It's not a revolutionary project, or it's not really available in multiple chains. So I think this token is not really worthy of an investment, especially for mid-term to long-term hodlers. But every once in a while, this token could make a small peak and then dump back down. So if you're a very, very good short-term trader who can understand the patterns of this token price, then you can easily kind of like make some short-term gains if you're lucky. but I would probably say that this token is mostly going to move sideways, and maybe after the Binance listing, this token could go up, maybe touch the previous the recent second all-time highs. I wouldn't call this the first all-time highs, but the second all-time highs, and then maybe move sideways, right? But that's just my personal opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the markets of this token is obviously available on Binance and KuCoin. Again, this token seemed to be really listed already on Binance, but it's also available on KuCoin and Gate.io as well. And you can also get it from Pangolin and Trader Joe, which are decentralized exchanges on top of Avalanche. But if you can get it from Binance, there's no reason to get it from anywhere else, right? Because it has a lot of liquidity on Binance. So again, what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has some good short-term potential if you're careful enough, and if you know what you're doing, then you can definitely make some short-term gains with this token. But when it comes to mid to long-term price potential, I personally don't think this token has a lot of innovative things or innovative features that it contributes to the crypto space that makes it a very unique, fundamentally strong project. The tokenomics is definitely bad, and at the same time, this token is only available on Avalanche, which is also pretty bad because not a lot of people use Avalanche on a regular basis, and therefore, this token is definitely siloing itself compared to the other projects on the crypto space. In fact, there's a lot of projects by default they're launching in at least 2 chains. It's a shame that Benqi only managed to capture the Avalanche ecosystem. But I think in the future, I think Benqi will eventually become multi-chain, and at that time, every time it adds a new chain, maybe the price could spike up, but it will probably go back down because a lot of people who have earned their staking rewards or liquidity provision incentives will probably dump this token because there's no real incentive to stake this or hold this token for the long term, right? But I think for the short term, this token can easily touch the 30 cents mark, but it will be extremely volatile. And I think the market cap won't really go above the $150 million in market cap, because I feel like this token doesn't really offer anything very unique to the general crypto space, right? Again, that's just my opinion, guys. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.